Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific data. So those who do not want to face the truth, please do not continue on to watch this video. So yesterday I shared on the rebooting of Wing Chun, and I also share that there is big technical hole in today's Wing Chun compared with the ancient Wing Chun. So after that, many of our Wing Chun friends contacted me, asked me to illustrate more on this technical whole of today's Wing Chun in comparison with the ancient Wing Chun. So today I'd like to share with you two very huge technical whole of Wing Chun today compared with the ancient Wing Chun. Now notice that I don't say compare with this older Wing Chun lineage or grandmaster or so forth. I say compare with the ancient Wing Chun technology. So this is important. Why? Today's two huge technology hole in Wing Chun, which I'm going to share with you. If this is not covered, you know that in the history, it never really works for a system without cover these two holes. So today's in MMA, in Olympic, judo, Western boxing, we know we can analyze what the system can do or cannot do. What is the limitations? And so what I'm going to share with you today is extremely serious for true Wing Chun lover or those who really want to study and learn Wing Chun, or else it never really works. So don't kid ourselves. So the first technical hole, as in yesterday's video, I shared with you that fighting in this range. So by the way, this is the opponent. Again, this is like the back leg, this is the front leg, and this is the torso of the body. So the first technical hole of Wing Chun today, in comparison with the ancient technology, is not having the technology to handle when one is this close. This is the torso of the opponent. This is the two leg of the opponent. So today don't have that technology, doesn't have that training. And thus, it never be able to do the shoot in. Shoot in meaning I have to go this far. And sticking fighting meaning I have to go this far. In this range, touching his torso at this range of fighting. So please watch my yesterday's video on rebooting Wing Chun if you want to look at like how close is close based on ancient classic. Now, so this hole, the first hole of fighting the shoot in and the sticking body, which is the uniqueness of the Wing Chun, we now know that we need a tripod to simulate it, to have fun with it, so that one be able to play, because this is where the sticking body short strike Wing Chun supposed to be good in. This is the uniqueness, and this is the bread and butter. Now, with the tripod, with the Red Bull training band, this is where it gets really interesting. This is where we want to really train with the tools, modern tools today, on the multi-directional force, the random, unstable, recycling momentum, which is going to use in the shoot in and sticking fighting, which is in that range. For example, I'm in the Red Bull training band. I can train myself to get in. See how I get in? Shoot in, for example. Shoot in. And then I can train myself in fighting in the sticking range, and I can recycle in different directions. So, one train the uniqueness of Wing Chun via a tripod and the Red Bull training band. One be able to shoot in close while playing with the momentum, random and unstable. That is what you need before get into sparring. So one know what to expect when you go this close. That is the realistic training. If you watch my video on the Red Bull training band before, you know that all this thing is quantized stuff. Quantized means we know we can monitor the power and the strength of the practice. So it is a scientific stuff. Same with those who train in the Olympic. We quantize it, we well define it, we quantize it, and we be able to track our performance or improvement. Only with this way, when the opponent come close, we know how to handle it. Or else it is a big technological hole there. Just look at the fight between Xi Xiaodong and Ding Hao, or Li Gang and Xi Xiaodong. You see that. So that is the first one thing which is one need to solve. And that's why in the United States of America now we know the problem, we have the solutions. We have the tripod, we have the Red Bull training band, we have all the tools which is can quantize the what we train, we can monitor it. So this is all what I have shared for so long, like in the book Resurrecting Wing Chun, my book Resurrecting Wing Chun, and in this channel. You need that training. This is the training which the Chi Sao, the set training, and the wooden dummy do not cover. So that's why it is unique for the United States of America Wing Chun technology. Nobody have this. We bring the ancient to today's world, and do it scientifically. Everybody be able to get it in days. And if everybody having fun in this close range, sticking, then when the opponent come in, it doesn't matter because one used to it. One know how to play. Not to mention that, for example, yesterday I shared that this is the Keizang, and then this is the sealing hand, okay? The present seal hand, all sort of stuff like in the yesterday's video. So you have the Gang Sao, this is the Keizang, this is the sealing hand, all used here. Not just he used the techniques, I use another techniques, but I never use in the real life. So we ought to be able to use it. Also, use if you can check my video a few weeks ago, the one which I talk about the sparring, and Daniel later helped me to make a video on the three-dimensional movement training. You can see Keizang there, how you get in. That's what it is. You need to train that to solve the problem of this huge technical hole. Because fighting is a momentum. In fighting, we need to know which zone we are good in. Now, so Wing Chun is good at the short strike zone. Over here, the uniqueness is here, shoot in and so forth. Now, there is the second big technical hole, which today I like to share with you. When you want to shoot in here, when you want to play here, you need one thing, breathing. You need to handle your breathing. When you are here, you need to handle your core stability, which has got to do with your breathing because it's related with the intra-abdominal pressure, which is the handling of your core. So the second huge technical hole of Wing Chun today is breathing. Well, everybody can say that, oh, I'm going to practice shooting power for 1 hour. That's called internal. Chi power, mind power, whatever energy power. But wait a minute. What is that got to do with breathing? Well, you need to really support your stamina, your endurance here in the real action. Again, you see all this making claim of practice shooting power for 1 hour, chi power, mind power. When Xu Xiaodong move in, one completely disabled. So, the second hole is the breathing. Now, we know that in shooting power, as in this channel, in my books, Wing Chun Matrix and the Wing Chun Inceptions, there are all sort of breathing stuff there. If one never develop the lower abs, natural lower abs breathing and all sort of stuff, one is not going to be able to play the game. Not to mention, again, it's the same thing with the strength and the power. Now, things can be quantized, like in my book, the Wing Chun Matrix and Wing Chun Inceptions. If you really develop that breathing, it can be quantized. For example, if you develop the balance the body, recovery part of the Xiu Lim Tao, okay, or ancient Wing Chun, the recovery part. So as in my book, Wing Chun Inception, you will be able to see it in your handling of your heart rate and then in your heart rate variability. That is for the recovery part. Now, if you say that you train that Xiu Lim Tao for that the fighting part, then you'll be able to monitor the handling of your heart rate. Say you practice Xiu Lim Tao, for this is 36 minutes and 44 seconds. You can see how the heart rate go, how you have handling on it, what range you are in there, what is the average heart rate there. So like here is, this training of Xiu Lim Tao is for recovery or active recovery. So the heart rate is range from 84 to 114. This is for active recovery and also to help the body to function better, because this is a deep breathing, is in anaerobic. So it be able to do active recovery and help ones to further develop the VO2 max so forth, and help one to be more healthy. And sure, one be able to see, to check in the lung capacity. Okay, the maximum expiration pressure, the maximum inspiratory pressure, the lung capacity, and the VO2 max. The VO2 max. So, this one's Xiu Lim Tao practice, or the so-called Qi Gong internal practice, really be able to develop that breathing. Today, we have all this I just showed you, from the heart rate variability, tracking the real-time heart rate, VO2 max, breathing, lung capacity, and inhales, exhales, pressure. We can pinpoint accurately and precisely, do you have that Kung Fu or not on your breathing handling. And also, it helps us to know that our limitations. Should we go for the high intensity practice, or our body is not recovered yet, or our limit of the high intensity impulse momentum training? Should we do that, or we should not do that? Can we improve that? We have scientific tools today to verify whether what we do is proper or not. So If we ask the questions, when people talk about this internal chi, yi, mind, and all this stuff, what is it got to do with this? The breathing. If you don't have the breathing, you don't have the muscular endurance, you don't have the handling of the recycling momentum under random and instability, and also used to this sticking fighting or shoot in fighting, one really don't have the kung fu. So the ancient is saying, internally you train the breathing. I just show you. Today we can use science to pinpoint whether one have that type of training or kung fu or not, and how advanced is the kung fu can be measured. Same thing. Shoot in, you're sticking fighting, you're fighting at this range. Does one have the strength, the power? It can be measured. Does one have the technology to handle this close of playing? Everything is clear. So these two holes, the breathing holes, technology holes, and the closed body momentum handling holes, we have already solved it in the United States of America Wing Chun technology. And yet, if you see, you look at the Wing Chun in past 120 years, is all legends. It never get this close in terms of details, accuracy, measurable, and really quantize and know what are we training, what do we get, are we there, our limitations, how are we going to improve this. For 120 years in the past, there's none of those. And in fact, as I mentioned yesterday, when it get this close, the entire thing break apart, fall apart. When you talk about breathing, it's all I believe so, I think so. There's no scientific evidence to show is it so. Now, so without these two major holes in Wing Chun South, don't kid ourselves. In the history, there's no way Wing Chun can rectify itself because you do not have a complete system. When I mean complete system, I mean even just the basic stamina, like your VO2 max, your breathing, your training, your recovery, development with your breathing, your body, and your impulse momentum handling at the close range. Ancient Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike with the internal art, which is the breathing. So with this, these two holes in technical, we have already solved it. It's in this channel, it's in my book, uh, Restricting Wing Chun is for the covering of the technical part of the short strike, the close body, the shoot in, the sticking fighting, the footwork, the muscular endurance, the recycling momentum, where the Wing Chun matrix and restricting Wing Chun, Wing Chun matrix and Wing Chun inceptions is what the breathing for the internal part. So this is what I like to share with you because only this way we can rectify, we can defend Wing Chun. All those past 120 years of my grandmaster say this, this is the oldest, that is the oldest, all those are stories. Nobody in MMA or Xi Xiaodong will buy into that because people want to see scientific data. Now, it is not about who is the best fighter, who can beat who, but scientifically, by evidence, historical by evidence, Wing Chun can be rectified this way. Without this evidence, there is nothing there, empty. So this is how serious it is. Only past few days, somebody still talked to me on this. His grandmaster study from this Buddhist monk, and so forth, so forth, so forth, and this is the ancient set, and so forth. I told that guy, if you really study with the Buddhist monk like Shaolin and so forth, the teaching of Bodhidharma is don't cheat yourself, don't cheat others, don't get cheated by others. I don't think your grandmaster follow that rules. So I don't think he's Shaolin. I don't think he know what he's talking about. See, when you keep in claim Buddhist this, Buddhist that, if you don't follow the Bodhidharma's teaching, what is Buddhist? If I say, oh, I'm a Buddhist, but I don't follow that, that means I break the precepts of lying and cheating. How is that supposed to be Buddhist? Same thing. Today, all of this I share with you for solving this too technical hole. It's not about Hendrik. It's not about any lineage or the older lineage. It's about scientific proven that this thing exists in the ancients of Wing Chun can now be transferred into sports science and everybody be able to develop it. Not only everybody be able to develop it in short time. How about 1 month at least? One will get this basic. And in 3 months, one has to be proficient with it. Not guessing for one lifetime, not keeping telling people, I have 5 sets. I can teach you 1 set per year for 5 years. And after that, I have 3 more secret sets. Well, after 120 years, you look back and you see what do you learn. When you cross with Xi Xiaodong, the entire thing collapsed. And then when the entire thing was shown in public television, like the Japanese documentary and many videos in the China by the young Chinese, what can one say? How can one defend Wing Chun? How can one defend the ancestor of Wing Chun? How can one tell the truth to the future generations of Wing Chuners? Help them to see things clearly, to develop the art. We are not talking about the best fighter in the world. We're talking about the very general education so that we follow the rule of the Shaolin. Not cheating ourselves, not cheating others, and not get cheated.